Turtle. All right, what's up, Turtle Riders? And welcome to Uncle Turtleboy's Late Night Garage Podcast. This episode is always brought to you by our good friends over at Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. All right, you can find them online at gdplus.com. All right, Garage Doors Plus has been doing business since the beginning of time. Quality craftsmanship. If you have one of those old rickety garages that you gotta, get out and open up like a moron, what are you doing? Get with the times. Call up my buddy Chris. He's a good shit over at Garage Doors Plus. All right, they'll come over and one day they'll give you a fair price. All right, you're going to like it. They're going to install one of those doohickeys up there. They're going to give you a button. You're going to press it. The thing's going to go up. The thing's going to go down when you press it again. It's going to change your life forever. Garage Doors Plus in Quincy, gdplus.com. All right. Welcome, Turtle Riders. So, this episode couldn't have come at a better time because we just dropped a pretty big expose on our friend Franklin Baxley, which is obviously the topic that most of you would like us to discuss here, and that's fantastic, all right? So just a reminder before we get going on this, right? So these blogs and the stuff we're doing with the Franklin Baxley story, right? No one else is doing this. No one else. You search for Franklin Baxley online, and you're going to find a bunch of articles from, let's just do it. Let's see what happens when we search for Franklin Baxley here. As you can see, I've been doing some searching for him. We all have. So, white woman calls police on black man after his dog assault. That's literally the first thing that comes up. He is the victim in this, right? Of a racist white woman. Another one. The media loves to play this. Like, white women aren't allowed to call the cops anymore. You know, if they see something, like, we're supposed to, like, protect women and all this shit. But we're also blaming them if they call the cops and it's an overreaction. As opposed to just saying, be on the safe side. You know what I mean? And so this woman, who luckily they did not name in their articles, right? But Franklin has a million times. And you go on here and it's like Daily Mail, white woman calls the cops on a black man in Massachusetts. But as you can see, and you see all these, the root, meet Dog Park Diane, right? Dog Park Debbie on Yahoo. We don't even come up on page 1. Well, actually our YouTube video does. But I think that's because Google owns YouTube, so they put YouTube videos with the keyword Franklin Baxley on, the first page. So, my point here is that according to Google, which is where 99% of the world comes to search for people, right? And they come here and like, this guy's a victim. And NBC is the news outlet that covered for when Pop Squad was like, nailing child predators and one of them killed themselves. They wrote like a sob story for the fucking diddler, right? And they blamed Pop Squad for being a vigilante group. NBC News is worse than CNN. NBC is trash media. There's different levels of fake news. NBC is at the top of it. They're 1 and 1A with CNN. Then's ABC, then CBS in that order. And it's like, you see it right here. Obviously I would say like Yahoo and, Huffington Post and all that shit in the root, but those are openly biased media outlets. They're like, they don't hide that they're left wing. NBC presents itself as like a real media outlet, right? So anyway, this is how Franklin comes up, and this is what he wanted. And I'll be the first to admit when we made a mistake, we fucked up. South Shore Turtle Girl fucked up, to be exact. But that's okay. I still love her, right? Because you take chances, right? And you write blogs. And when we all saw this video, I was fooled too. And I think Bristol, in the most recent write-up, kind of put it best, right? We are all subconsciously biased in a way. When we saw that woman, right? She does look like every Hillary Clinton voter ever. Like every, suburban white chick, every NIMBY, and shame on us for being biased like that. That's how a lot of us, I don't know why. I'm embarrassed to say it, but I did. I thought that, right? A lot of people did. And I didn't even know the guy filming was black at first, right? I just saw a woman calling the cops over what I was told was dogs humping. And you saw dogs humping in that video, so you assumed that's what it was over. But it wasn't over the dogs humping. That's not why she called the cops. That's just what he said, right? Let's just go back before we get more into this and watch this video. And let's look at some things that we should have seen going into this. All right. On our video that has now been demonetized. What the heck? You're offline. Let's see.
I don't have to go where you tell me to go, lady. No.
Actually, let's start from the. I'm gonna start from the beginning. I want to review this tape.
Because my dog was humping your dog. I'm not verbally right now. Because I told you I wasn't leaving the park because my dog was humping your dog. I'm not verbally assaulting you. I told you I'm not leaving.
The Attleboro Dog Park. That's inappropriate.
All right. So timeout right there. So right away, she's not saying that she called the cops, right? Because the dogs are humping each other. She says she's calling because he verbally assaulted her, which he is. And we also don't see what happens before this. Can anyone imagine now the things Franklin was doing to this woman beforehand, right? And it goes on.
No, it's not.
I know it's
They're all humping each other, and she's calling the cops because my dog humped her dog. Every dog, I've seen every single dog.
He's a liar. It has nothing to do with the humping.
And she tells me to leave, and now she's calling the cops. Like, are you serious? Yo, I can't wait. Yo, this is crazy. Because this, you heard of Barbecue Becky? Because this is the newest one. Right here.
989.
Let me get her plate.
Let me get her
Let's
plate.
see. So everybody know who this woman is. We can look this woman up.
No, you
3ZN996. Honestly.
I'm just
You're not trying to help me.
to tell you.
No, you're not trying to help me. I know the rules.
You're not
the dogs. I'm obeying the rules.
She said you're not obeying the rules.
Saw your dog aggressively on top of another
The
dog.
dogs hump each other every day, and I took him off. I took him off. And I know it's my opinion.
Now, when we published this, I had no idea this woman worked there. That changes everything, right? The fact that she's in charge. I thought she was just another woman walking her dog. No. She's there. So she's there to enforce the rules. So whether or not you like what she's saying, she's in charge and you're not. And you need to do what she says. So let's go on.
But you don't call the cops over it. That's all I'm saying.
That's
You just don't call the cops over it.
Now, second video.
This woman's like, stop walking around the public. Don't run around a public park. Oh, I'm scared.
Okay, this is the other one. She's like crying, like, get away from me, get away from me. It doesn't matter how ridiculous a woman is being, right? If a stranger, a woman says, get away from me, you need to get away from her, period, right? That should have been the clue right there. That should have been all we need to see. He's mocking her. No matter how ridiculous you think a woman is being, so she's saying, get away from me, dude. Don't walk towards her. He's walking towards her, and she's like crying. Like, what a piece of shit. What a piece of shit.
I don't have to go where you tell me to go, lady.
Mocking her.
No, you leave the park with your dog. Take the dog and leave. Like, holy shit. Now, here are the cops. Watch how this plays out, guys.
Yeah, so anyway. So that's basically what happens. And we know a lot more now, don't we, folks? We've now done 5 blogs in the last 48 hours on this piece of shit, right? Less than 48 hours, like 36 hours. And here's what we know about him. We know that he has been arrested a whole bunch of times in several states. He's been arrested in Florida. He has been, we don't know if he's been disbarred. He said he was disbarred, which is kind of a weird thing to say if you haven't been disbarred. But his license to practice law in New York and Massachusetts are both suspended. We don't know why, but it says for disciplinary reasons. Disciplinary. It means he fucked up. He did something wrong. And that last happened in 2009. He was only licensed to practice law for like 2 or 3 years. That's it. So he wasted all that time going to law school. He's got a fucking law degree, you know, and he just wasted it. Because he must have realized that the grass was greener in the racism industrial complex, right? The racism industrial complex means you create racism and then you find a way to profit off of it, right? Often, if you're a person of color, it's a lot easier to benefit off of that. You can sell diversity training, or you can do it. You can start a GoFundMe, or you can sell your fucking lies to, Inside Edition or whatever, right? There's a lot of ways to make money with the racism industrial complex. So, he realizes that he can make more money outside of law. So he doesn't try to get his license back, whatever. And then he starts getting in trouble selling drugs, right? In 2012, he gets arrested for selling drugs. Now, he'd previously been arrested in 2004 in Florida. So how the hell did he get hired by a law firm? Like, that's insane. But, I guess they don't do Google searches there, this law firm in Springfield or whatever. Which, by the way, he still is in his bio, which is odd. You would think they would want that taken down. And yeah, I mean, and he realized, for all the whining about racism and this, this motherfucker has been able to get away with murder for so long. He knows that none of this is real. He knows that he's never ever been the victim of racism ever, right? He has been the benefactor of racism because black people before him were victims of racism, right? He can now pretend to be the victim of racism and kind of use it to try to profit off of, right? So it's like, what a fucking clown this is. White privilege, right? Did this woman have white privilege, right? Does this woman have the privilege of what? Being harassed? Stalked? Right? Does she have the privilege of, being believed? Being assumed to not be racist? What privilege did this woman get from this? I want to know more about this woman. I want to write a positive article about this woman because she deserves it, right? And by the way, I think, all this shit we're doing, all these exposés and stuff like that, no one else, what I was getting at before is no one else does this, right? The media won't correct us. And the fact of the matter is we can bitch about it and whine about it all we want, but we get demonetized by YouTube, by Facebook, by Twitter, Google AdSense. It sucks, man. It sucks. The only way to keep this going in what we do, because, I work on this shit all day, man. This is my life. This is my livelihood. This is what I plan to do for the rest of my life until I retire, right? But it can't exist without donations. Right? It sucks. It sucks that this has to be the business model. It really does. People are too afraid to advertise on our website because they don't want to get boycotted. Right? Sucks. People are too afraid, except for Garage Dose Plus. They're fucking awesome. We get demonetized by all these outside forces. We can't do shit about it, man. But you can. And that's why we really thank you for your generous donations. I try to respond every time we get one and say thank you, no matter how big or small it is. It's all the same to me. So we really, really appreciate that because this is what, like I said, this is what I wake up and do every day, is provide people with content like this. And we could not do it without you all. So I really appreciate that. Anyway, we also found out about this scumbag that he, in 2012, like I said, he was convicted of selling drugs and he spent some time in jail. We don't know how long. Then he gets out, and he's part of this, here's how you make money off of this. And this was kind of explained in part 4 with the Mosaic. I don't know how many of you guys go back to the Mosaic days with Turtleboy, but this is one of the big blogs we wrote early on. There was a nonprofit in Worcester that was, acting as the gathering point for a lot of protests. So they were a political organization, but they were taking a lot of taxpayer grants. And the people involved in it are all douchebags leading the protest, just real terrible people. So we thought something was up with them. So we got their timesheets, right? We FOIA'd it. We got, we saw how many checks were written to them by the city of Worcester, blah, blah, blah. We saw who the money was going to. And then we just looked at their timesheets, and we saw this guy named Michael Jerry and Robert Alston. And we went on their Facebook pages, right? And we just saw what they were doing during the hours they were working. It was that easy. And they were fucking shooting the shit, drinking, down at the barbershop and shit. It was fucking so easy to just prove that they lied on these timesheets. It's fucking fraud. Right? But Boo Shamik had, like, go read part 4 if you haven't read it. It's like one of the most legendary rants of all time. He, like, literally says something to the extent of, like, oh, yo, y'all grimy N-words, you out here killing each other for territory and shit. Y'all gotta get on that non-profit, dog. All you gotta be doing is pushing that white guilt, and then you gotta find some dumb N-words who getting their lives together, and then we be sitting on a conglomerate, motherfucker. Oh, shit. And it was just like a full-fledged confession. But you know what? It's the most honest thing that's ever been written on the internet. It's true. He just said, Boo Shamik said what all these people are doing. He just wasn't supposed to say it because he's a fucking stupid idiot. Right? He fucked it up for everyone. But that is exactly how Franklin thinks. And that's how he thought when he got out of jail. Right? He thought he got out of jail. He's like, I'm an ex-con. I can't fucking go back into law. What am I going to do with my life? What am I going to do? Right? Did I lose the feed there? Yeah, okay, we're still on. He's like, what am I going to do there? How am I going to make a living? Well, simple. I'm just going to fucking play on that white guilt, dog. I can pull it off. I'm a former lawyer. I can speak well, right? I am going to live this life where on the side I'm a drug-dealing pimp, right? A violent sociopath. And on the other hand, I I'm this dignified guy who goes to meetings and I wear shirts and ties and I speak to the Needham League of Women Voters. The Needham League of Women. I mean, that's perfect, man. It's perfect. This group of freaking sheltered, rich white women who just fucking love. They literally fucking finger their lady parts, right? To thinking like, oh, social justice. Oh, I'm helping black people. Oh, so fucking hot. Oh my God, I'm so woke. Look at me, stimulate myself to social justice. Now this justifies living in $1 million house in Needham and no one in my street is black. But it's okay. It's okay because I donate money to this fucking con artist up here and he's an ex-con who's quote unquote turning his life around and he's going to open up a fucking barbershop and he's got all these plans and he's a dad and oh my fucking God. Fuck all these people. I fucking hate what, and that's what I thought Grace Sandman was. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That's what a lot of us thought Grace Sandman was. And it's just, we don't know who she is. We don't know anything about her. Right? But I do know about those Needham people. Right? The fact that they're even associating with someone like this. That they're falling for his bullshit. Fuck them. Fuck them. Reload the page. Did I lose you guys? Okay. So, anyway. So, yeah, we kind of exposed how he's working for this group, the SJ. He's the executive director now of a nonprofit called the Social Justice something, some buzzword bullshit. They're a subsidiary, I think. I don't know if they're a subsidiary or if they're owned by Mass Inc., but they're on their website. And he was appointed the executive director in 2018. Like, he's that guy. He's living the Boo Shamik life. And by the way, he happens to be friends with the Mosaic guys. He tagged Michael Jerry in a post today. He's like, yo, let me know where this guy, Clarence, lives. It's like, how do you not know where I live? I get death threats all the time. Like, everybody knows where I live. Fucking look it up, dude. Ain't that hard? I'm fucking holding. He's like, yo, let me do an IP address in Worcester. I'm like, dude, I don't even fucking live in Worcester anymore. I got out, bro. I escaped. I made it in life. I got out of fucking Worcester. So, anyway, where was I going with this? We were talking about, there's so much to fucking talk about here, I forget. Oh, yeah, so he becomes the executive director, right? And then in 2018, he gets arrested for felony domestic violence, assault, and battery. That's a serious crime. Serious crime. And he insists that it's getting charged and that the victim has signed an affidavit. Shocking, by the way, shocking. This is what happens to victims of domestic abuse, right? Sam Carden did it with Ryan Waters. It's easier for them to say it never happened. Like, it's ridiculous, I think. The state should not be allowed to drop charges because the victim decided they were in love with him again. Fuck that. Fuck that. It's not just about that victim. It's about the next victim, too. They need to lock these monsters up. We're fucking going after Brett Kavanaugh, right? Who did nothing wrong. Nothing. But monsters like this are allowed to just masquerade. And they're clapped by the women in Needham. Every single one of those fucking frauds from Needham probably hates Brett Kavanaugh. And is like, oh, he's a rapist. Can't have him on. But they'll fucking cheer this motherfucker on, won't they? Frauds. Frauds. So in part 5, we all of a sudden we start getting messaged, right, by all these people. And they let us know that this woman, Kayla Oliveri, right, who is a stripper at the Foxy Lady, or didn't they get closed down because those chicks giving blowjobs and shit? And there she is. I mean, she's not a bad looking chick, but she's a fucking junkie, obviously. And she is a heroin addict, right? As I'm sure most women in his life are. And he sells heroin, he sells Percocets, etc. And she must have stolen some shit from him. And this is what he does to his hoes when they steal shit from him. First of all, what is this chick wearing? Is she going to, like, run the 200-meter dash or something? Is that a fucking one piece?
No, you work at Foxy's, right? Wasn't you the girl that was fucking my nigga?
So this is like, so she lies about a reason for being there, too. Now, another woman is, first of all, what is this outfit? Like, what is she training for the fucking men's gymnastic team or something? The hell is it? So, I don't know what this chick's drinking. She goes, wasn't you the chick that's fucking my nigga, she says. Right? And that's just a lie. Like, it has nothing to do with that. She is there because she's hired help. Right? Franklin hired this chick to kick the shit out of this one. And this chick, this ain't her first street fight, as you'll see. Right? If you haven't watched this video, brace yourself. It's pretty heavy. Come on. Boom. There's Franklin. Boom! Right in the grill.
Fucking nigga, you was fucking my nigga, bitch.
Who's the sucking now, bitch? He says.
You was fucking my nigga, right? You was fucking my nigga. You was fucking my nigga, right? You was fucking my nigga. You was fucking my nigga, right, bitch? Right? That was it. Right? You was fucking my nigga, right? Listen, I'ma fucking drag you every time I see you, bitch. Just know that. Let her go. Let her go. Get over here. Let her go. Stupid bitch.
Terrible. Terrible. Awful. Awful. What kind of animal does that? I mean, this guy is complete scum, man. Complete scum. And for those of you listening on the podcast that didn't see the video, he walks right by in the foreground and tapes it all, and he's egging it all on. He set this whole thing up. The chick that probably beat him up is probably another one of his junkies. He probably fed her some heroin when she got home. Or some fucking Xanny bars. Right? Evil. Evil. Pure evil. This is who we fucking blow up on Turtleboy. I couldn't even be prouder. Couldn't be prouder of the work that Bristol and crew did today. Finding all this shit. Couldn't be prouder. Right? And I had some fucking idiot come on the page today when we put the PayPal things like, oh, I'm not paying you shit. I'm not paying to read about fucking Fall River Junkies. I don't care if you pay. I don't care. Like, I get it, dude. You're fucking poor. Big deal. Like, you're broke. You blew all your money on scratch tickets, whatever. You can keep reading this shit for free. We're never going to make you pay for this. Ever. Right? But we appreciate it when you do. Because we put a lot of time and effort into this. And without Turtleboy, Franklin never gets exposed. Think about that. This goes down in history as white woman racist. Right? But it's not going down as that anymore. Because we exist. Now, here's what we need people to do, though. I'm going to, try to do a follow-up blog and list, I'm going to send some emails out to the mainstream media. I'm talking all the local Boston stations, WBZ, WCVB. This is fucking news, man. This is news. This is Massachusetts, right? I mean, Massachusetts, Rhode Island area. But this has made headlines in all of the major media outlets. They need to do this story right. This woman deserves justice, right? He treated her like one of his hoes that talked back to him. This is a man who has a serious problem with women, right? He has a serious problem with women. His son's mother is a junkie. There's a picture of it on their Facebook page of him and his the kid with his mother or something like that. He probably fucking got her fall fuck. This guy gets women hooked on drugs, makes them fuck him, right? Gets them hooked, and then if they get out of line, he has someone else kick the shit out of him for him. He's an animal, an absolute animal, right? And we live to expose animals like this. What's Franklin up to right now? I mean, I haven't checked this page. By the way, I don't know if anyone else is... I cannot comment. And a couple other Turtle Riders, and maybe Bristol too, we can't comment on his page. I have like fucking 10 different names I can use. I sign into all of them. I can't fucking comment on his page. I don't know if any of you have been blocked either. This guy might have figured out like how to block, you know, IP address. And yeah, this is great. I love the amount of views that we're getting here. We passed the 2,000. Yeah, he blocks IPs. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could block IP addresses. What the hell is that? Franklin's... I don't care what Franklin's on. I'm not trying to... Well, unless she's fucking talking shit. Franklin Baxley, right? What the fuck? Oh, you know, I think he blocked this account. I can't even see him. Fupa computer. Let me see if he's over here. Come on. All right. Anyway, that's not working out too well. Let me see what happens here. He can't block IP addresses? I assure you he can, John. He's done something. He's done something because I can't comment on... I'd show you... Clarence is blocked, period. So I'm on Clarence right now. But like Philip Prentice and all the other accounts, when I try to comment on there, I get like a message saying, like, you can't do that. A big red error message after I hit enter. But I'm not blocked. And a lot of other people are getting it too. I don't know if anyone commenting right now has seen that as well. But I can't wait once this is over to go right over there and read. Go right to his account. He didn't track down all my accounts. Dude, I have accounts that nobody even knows about, man. You understand I have a fucking gigantic spreadsheet of accounts. Like, not even kidding. In Excel. Like, I got fucking accounts that have their own accounts. You know what I mean? And, yeah, he's posting about Meredith over there. And this is why, I mean, if Meredith's cool with that, that's fine. Doesn't give a shit. But this is why we use anonymity, right? This is why Turtleboy was created, because of people like Franklin. You know, and Franklin's over there. And I got a VPN. I got ExpressVPN. It don't work, you know? Yeah, so check out his page. It's turned into a wild fucking shit show over there. I think we got more in this coming too. There are rumors about guns. That could be the next blog. Obviously, we need to do a little bit more research into this. But you see these messages, like this is from Kayla, right? I have to get sober and being in your life wasn't helping. So you're it out. Hope you do well. Hope you find who robbed you because it wasn't me. No, you're just a coward. I'm glad you're getting help. Someone else would have beat up your whole family, and I laughed about it. God bless. And so, yeah, basically, that's her talking to him, right? Like, she fucking denies robbing him, and so that's why he sends. And by the way, she's back with him. I mean, shocking, right? The heroin addict stripper went back to the guy with all the heroin. Right? I can't wait until this guy gets his comeuppance. I can't wait. Because it's coming, man. Karma, like, you live a lifestyle like this, you're going to get busted. I mean, this motherfucker could have got away with it too, but he had to go and poke the turtle, didn't he? The second he mentioned white privilege on this show was the minute I said, I'm going to fucking find out everything about this guy. Something ain't right about him. We were team neutral before that, right? We were just enjoying a hilarious situation at a dog park. Then he gave himself away when he wanted to and he followed up the next day and he's like, yo, you guys got this wrong. It's like, nah, shut the fuck up, dude. Don't tell us we got it. Rule number one, ask Leah Genduso about this. If you tell us to get our facts straight, We're going to get our facts straight. That much I can promise you. We're going to get our facts straight. I wouldn't recommend telling us to get our facts straight if your house isn't in order. Right? So, anyway, yeah, like I said, we got all these messages from people telling us, yeah, he sold me drugs, all this stuff. We did get the Inside Edition. That's kind of a minor, a small victory, I guess. We kept him from being aired on there. According to him on Facebook, he has, did an interview with TMZ. If that happens, it goes up. Turtle Army, we spam the shit out of them with comments. We send them everything. Fuck this guy. We're a team, right? We work better as a unit. And as much as, I think Turtleboy's wonderful and all, and we have influence, and that's great, it's not the same when the mainstream media doesn't pick it up. They still matter, right? So we need to find out some contacts in the local media, Boston news stations, Providence news stations, right? And we need to start sending them the story. This is a fucking story, man. It is. This woman is a contributing, law-abiding member of society who did nothing wrong, who was victimized by a woman-beating, misogynistic, drug-dealing narcissist, right? Con artist, disgraced lawyer. So, fuck these people. Anyway, you guys have any questions or anything? It was all Franklin today, huh? That's okay. Well, I also wanted to rant about fucking Barstool copywriting our videos, which is insane. But I want to do a little research into that first. All right. Yeah, let's send this to Howie Carr, right? Think of any other suggestions in the comments about who we can, send this to, or questions or anything like that. Meredith, you do have a lovely family. There's a lot of, well, that's the thing about Turtle Riders is odds are, if he tries blowing you up, like you're gonna be like, yeah, look at us, we're like really attractive and shit, like because we're Turtle Riders, right? We're better looking on average than most people. So there you go. Yeah, the Joe Rogan, I was listening to him. It sucked. It came like right on at dinner time. I'm like trying to hang out with my kids and shit, and I'm like listening to fucking Rogan. Yeah, he had Rogan on, and I love Tim Pool. Tim Pool is like sharp as shit. And from what I saw, they were just fucking grilling Jack Dorsey, grilling him. I can't wait to sit down and watch that whole thing. Yeah, we definitely got to contact the Daily Wire. I got some contacts at the Daily Wire. I also have some contacts at the Daily Caller as well. And I met some people at CPAC. Maybe I'll send this episode to them. Yeah, I mean, send it to Fox News, man. If Fox News has like a tip line, something like that. Yeah, Tim Pool is just, if you don't follow Tim, if you're on Twitter, make sure you're following Tim Pool. He is a sharp motherfucker, right? We need more people like that really understand how this all works. And I was loving the things that he was saying on there. I'll break that down more once I actually watch the whole thing. I'll try to listen to that podcast tomorrow. Where is Brett? Nita's taking this. Brett comes on the weekends. He's on the live show on the weekends. So I'm sure he'll fill us in. Sure, there'll be more chapters to this. Just remember, if he shows up, you'll be the one to put him back in jail. Exactly. Adam Carolla. I don't think Adam Carolla would have any interest in a story like this. Adam Carolla is like, I'm not listening to him, but he doesn't really do serious shit, What about the chairman of the CJPC that employs us more? And maybe that's what we'll do. We can email that guy too, and we'll try to get him fired. But my number one concern right now is mainstream media coverage of this. Right, this story needs to blow up. This cannot die on Turtleboy. Right, this needs to blow up. Like I'm passionate. We're all passionate about this. Domestic violence is something, right, that it just triggers me, man. It's like I just get too wrapped up in those stories. And heroin dealers. I fucking hate heroin dealers too. This guy is and race baiters. I mean, he's literally the perfect storm of the worst possible characteristics a human being can have. Right? He really is. So yeah. What else are people saying? Tim Pool is one of the good liberals. He is. He's a free speech liberal. A classical liberal, if you will. Right? Those are my kind of liberals. Right? People that believe in free speech. What else are people saying? Body found in house in Worcester. What else is new? Let's see. I'm new on YouTube. How do I reply to comments? Looks like you're doing that right now. Jeff Cooner. Jeff Cooner works for WRKO. He's had me on his show before during the Tarantino story, like that we broke 2 years ago. We were all over that shit, right? All over that. We knew that Ronald Tarantino's killer was dead before any major media. Read the book if you hadn't about our coverage with that one. And Cooner had me on his show because of that. Well, now people call up the Cooner report, and they're like dropping Turtleboy. He's like fucking jealous of us or something. WRKO credited Barstool with breaking the story. Fucking Barstool. So yeah, send it to Cooner. Definitely send it to him. Let him know. Send it to Cooner. Send it to Howie. Howie and Cooner are like competitors, right? Kind of. I mean, they both they have to compete for the same audience, and I think they're on at the same time. So. TMZ post only brought him more under the scope. So did he delete that post? Did he delete that post? Interesting. He took down the TMZ post. I did starting to notice. I'm reading the book, So Worth It. I'm glad you like it, Johnny. I did start to notice that like some of his supporters that were on there were like, dude, what is up with this? He can't explain this one. The rest of them, he can try to talk his way out of, right? I'm not guilty. You know, it's a fake charge. The police are racist. They're trying to keep the black man down. He can say all that shit. When there's actual video evidence, like what you see in that video is so damning. So damning. And I think even the affidavit, I mean, if she signs an affidavit, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Because it's all on video, right? Because they can still charge the whore, too, and kick the shit out of her. It's not up to the victim to press charges. It's not. That's not how fucking prosecution works. So, Barstool sucks. Yeah, Barstool, man. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm siding with Deadspin, but they wrote a great fucking article today or yesterday, just calling out Barstool, who's been stealing and pirating content from people all over the internet and profiting off of it. Fuck them, man. Fuck Barstool. I used to like David Portnoy. I still think he's funny, but fuck them, man. We got to think how we can start fucking attacking them. Fuck them. I really hate those cucks. Let's see. What else are people saying? Lots of YouTube blogs on Baxley Dogum story. We'll send them comments on real estate. Yeah, keep doing that. Keep doing that. Oh, I didn't know Cooner was a morning guy. I did not realize that. See, I live in, Holden. I'm Central Mass. We don't get the Cooner signal. We don't get WRKO in Worcester, believe it or not. We get WTAG. So we get to listen to Blowhard Jim Polito. And fucking, it's terrible. Terrible talk radio out here. So TT Ho Rivera is trying to keep we've been so busy with this fucking Franklin shit. We haven't been. TT Ho Rivera, I was talking on the radio this morning about it, is trying to keep cops out of the schools again because she fucking hates the police. Same old shit with her. What else are people saying? Yeah, no, I want fucking Bristol to rip into these fucking Barstool sluts so bad. Right? Fuck that. I really fucking hate what they've become. I really fucking hate them. I don't mind Levy too much. Jordan Levy, it's just silence on it. Jordan Levy. So, in Worcester, at the city council meeting, that's how this fucking guy talks. I'm not even kidding. It's like, God, I hate bad radio, guys. I hate it. You guys notice I talk fast and I get shit out because if I didn't, I would bore the shit out of you. That's a pet peeve of mine. Bad radio. I can't stand when callers call up and they don't get their fucking point out. When I used to call on a Felger and Maz all the time, I would have a fucking rant ready to go. And as soon as I was on, boom. Felger, you fucking moron. You don't even know what you're talking about. You just have to let these people rip into them, man. I can't. There's no excuse for that. No excuse. I'd rather listen to Dahlia DiPolito. Isn't Dahlia DiPolito the one that killed her husband or tried to kill her fucking husband? I saw her on, that was a Dateline. What is the deal on the radical getting proper in Worcester? I don't know what that means. Let's see. What else are people saying? You love Jordan Levy? I mean, he's just so boring, man. I will hook you up with Brittany. Yeah, Brittany and I used to follow each other, Charles, right? On Twitter, but I lose these fucking connections, you know? With no Twitter, it's like, I feel like I'm naked without, I can't talk to any of my peeps. Let's see. Whatever happened to the missing person that was left the bar and never heard from? That's a great question. We get that a lot. I had no fucking clue. I can't believe they haven't arrested that fucking dude who found his cell phone. It's been a fucking month, dude. A month. I have no clue. Anyway, any more questions before we call it a night, folks? Because I really want to go and read Franklin. I really can't wait to get on Franklin's page again. I was having so much fun over there. I can't believe he took the TMZ post down. The fact that he took it down, though, tells you he's nervous, man. He was really confident up until this most recent blog with the video. It's the best one. It's the most damning one. He was really confident. And now it's just like he's not as confident anymore because he knows. He knows his supporters are going to see that and be like, dude, fucked up. Fucked up. Right? I just did a Google search and found no way to block IP. He's doing something, it's Mackenzie. I don't know what he's doing, but I could sign into 10 accounts right now. And I cannot comment on his page. I can't do it. I immediately get blocked. I've talked to other people that have had the same thing happen with him. It's insane. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm not an IT guy like you are, Suzette, but something's up. Because I ain't never seen this before either. You got to take out a restraining order against Franklin? No, I got fucking court on Friday for some chick that we've never blogged about is taking out a restraining order on me. I had no idea who this person was. So I looked them up. It's a tranny named Charlotte McFarland. I have no fucking clue who this person is. She rang a bell, or he rang a bell, whatever. And I looked him or her up. And this person, we've blocked them on Twitter and Facebook before. I didn't even remember this person. They've been begging for us to blog about them for like the last year and a half, and we didn't. And so she took out a restraining order against me. So I got to go to fucking court on Friday to talk to a judge about why I shouldn't have a restraining order taken out against me by a person I've never met. I mean, welcome to my life. This is the life of Turtleboy, right? I got to go to fucking court. I'm not paying for a lawyer either. I'm just going in there and be like, dude, I don't even fucking know this crazy broad. Ironically, her trying to get a harassment order against me is a form of harassment in and of itself. It's fucking insane. But that's, I can't get too into that much right now. Yeah. Has anyone heard from Grace? No. Grace is hiding, man. Grace is hiding. I would like to learn more about Grace and write something nice about her, to be perfectly honest with you. Can't wait for Ratchet Madness. Definitely added Franklin to this list. Although he's just more than Ratchet, right? He's just such a shithead. Fucking hate him. Charlotte McFarland. That's correct. How'd you know that, Mega Mortis? Ryan Waters court update. No, I have like, I don't know when my next day in court with him is. I don't even fucking know. My lawyer takes care of all that. It's going to get fucking fixed. We're going to beat that, I'm sure. But I just have to keep paying in the meantime, you know. Whew. The fact you fight it and win, yeah, I mean, where's she from? I guess Boston, I want to say. I don't even know. She's some fire chick that, like, eats fire and shit like that. And we did write a blog about some fire gypsies a couple years ago. But she was not one of them. She's a fucking SJW extraordinaire. How about Candy Dennis? Candy Dennis, man. Nobody went to the Turtleboy graveyard fast enough. She literally sold her business like 2 days after we fucking blogged that over. After claiming she was going to sue, right? And then they moved. And then I don't know if she came back and opened up a new business somewhere else. But Candy Dennis fucking disappeared, man. Franklin should take notice. No, she did not leave the state, but, I mean, she has to keep going to work, right? I mean, she's a nurse and shit, right? Did you blaze with Wanda yet? Not yet. That's a good point. I should offer up a peace pipe with her. Like, although I wouldn't want to smoke out of the same thing as her, man. That'd be kind of gross, right? I'm sure she feels the same way about me. I hope the Gypsy Church comes back. God, imagine Turtleboy was around when the Gypsy Church was in its heyday. We really missed out with that. We did a recap about them afterwards, like a where are they now kind of thing. The Gypsy Church is the best fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. If you haven't read the Gypsy Church blog, go fucking read it. It is the most entertaining thing I've ever fucking seen. I've never laughed so hard in my life. Anyway, I wish Princess Ponte still committed crimes. I know. She's the one. She's a big reason we're blacklisted from Google AdSense because so many blogs with her in it got flagged. Like her fucking big fat ass must have set off some sensors. All right. Anyway, gotta call it a night, folks. It's been real. A nice time talking to you guys, but stay tuned for next couple days. Who the hell knows what's going to come up, and we will see you all. Remember, please, if you're feeling generous, buy something in the Turtleboy store, donate, whatever. All right? We love you all. We'll see you on Thursday for the next episode. Peace, Turtle Riders.